All right, guys. Lady Gaga has been officially showing who she's going to be in the new Wednesday series season 2. We know she's in there. They released this whole thing where they actually showed like 6 first minutes of the first episode of Wednesday, guys. And Lady Gaga will be playing Rosalind Rotwood. That's who should be cast as, described as a legendary Nevermore teacher who crosses paths with Wednesday. Now, it's a cameo. It's not too big, and she won't be in the first half because, again, they're splitting Wednesday into 2 halves. So the first half will drop, and then we'll get the second half. The first half actually releases August 6th, and the second half releases September 3rd, and we will see Lady Gaga in the second half. But she this whole like abracadabra. Can I say that, guys? Abracadabra and zombie boy thing where she showcased her feelings in her new song that's gonna be with Addams Family theme and also in here. And then the first 6 minutes drop of course Wednesday on top of that too. I'm gonna ask you. Shocking, right, Countess? Does anybody want to see? I can show a piece. I don't know if I show all of it. There's 6 minutes I have of Wednesday, but I also have the Lady Gaga preview that she did too. Do you want to see that at all or just talk about it?
No, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys right now.
I kind of wanted to see it, but I'll watch it later. I'll watch it later.
No, it's
Haley Joel Osment's in here as a serial killer, and I love Haley Joel. And we've been talking about him.
Name. Well, at least he's playing the type.
I mean, I like him, but we talked about him recently a few weeks ago about his whole like belligerent drunk experience on cocaine. We had that conversation a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he did this before that. He lost his house in the fires, of course. And so apparently he's been going through a rough patch. He was yelling at cops. We talked about that. But he's playing a serial killer in this. And one thing I'll say about this Wednesday season is Lady Gaga, or Stephanie. I like Stephanie. I worked with her on American Horror Story. She's a great human being. She's done great things. Yeah, I worked with her on American Horror. I stood in for her sex slave on American Horror Story. So I worked with her a lot.
How'd you get that gig?
Ronald got it for me. I'm
going to hear about that audition.
And Pepestar was there too. It was crazy. But I'm going to tell you right now, with Lady Gaga, I think it's great. She makes sense in this world. But that first 6 minutes became like a whodunit. Like, is this season not about? She's going back to Nevermore apparently still, but it still seems like they're trying to make her like a detective this new season. Like we have the freaking like it's gonna be the Hardy Boys, but it's like Wednesday as the Hardy Boys solving crimes and doing stuff. And it's like a different Nancy Drew. Let's call it. Yeah, you're right. Nancy Drew. Let's call it Nancy Drew. We're doing the side step of what this was. This whole premise of this show. Is that needed? I don't think so. I think we should have stuck to the formula. I get trying to change things up. I get that. I know they're introducing more of the family this new season, and there have been the rumors that she won't come back for season 3 based off of her being difficult to work with and the trajectory of the show. But how do you do Wednesday without Wednesday? That's my question. And I'm going to go to a panel on this because I think this could be still good GR. Could be good GR. But I just think that there's higher things happening, and I don't know if she'll be back for season 3. How do you feel about this, GR? You saw the first 6 minutes. You probably saw Lady Gaga dancing. Are you excited about it all?
No. I mean,
GR.
Sorry. I mean, she's a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. And any actor or actress, however you want to put it, that can't act like a human being doesn't deserve any merit or any, I don't know what the big word is I'm trying to think of, but it doesn't matter.
What's that big word?
She acts like an asshole, treat her like one. Cancel the damn show and don't offer her a 3rd season.
Whoa, wait a minute. That's 130 people out of work.
What exactly is she doing?
What she's been doing.
All right, well, how about this? We change the lead to somebody else and call it Thursday.
Thursday? Thursday?
She's rewriting scenes on set. It's a single camera show. She's rewriting things on set.
She's fighting the writers, and she's been
arguing. She didn't deserve her respect.
My big thing is like this. I will still say this about when it comes to acting. I get like having like motivation changes and stuff like that, but if you have like substantial problems with the script, you don't do it on the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get to set and everybody's there and you're working and the crew's there ready to light and go. You don't do the big substantial changes. Say, I'm not going to shoot this. So you don't change X, Y, and Z. You do it beforehand. You have those meetings and you get into it. But that's what she was doing in season 1. They still brought her back because it was a big hit for season 2. And the writers were very upset about it because they're like, she kept changing everything. And then she refused to say things and she'd fight about the lead male roles, saying they're not needed. And you're doing that on the day, which is a problem. But
is she an executive producer?
She wasn't then. She wasn't then. I don't think she is now either. I think she might have become a producer now, but she's not an executive producer. It's still, again, what it comes down to is it's still like she's involved and she's getting bigger involved because it did so well, but she's not EP.
And she's not one of the writers.
No, not a writer.
She's the star, and so
she said I might as well have been a writer. She said first season. Yeah,
she's talented.
Yeah, which is a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, but Jonathan, it's like, but still, it's like she's a talent. She's fucking talented. She really is. She did great in Beetlejuice. That did fantastic for her. That's getting another movie now. Beetlejuice 3 is coming. This got a sequel. And I think Tim Burton loves her because she fits into that weird, quirky world of Tim Burton. Just
what's interesting is she worked with complete pros and well-known people on Beetlejuice. And you look at her on Wednesday, she's with a bunch of kids mostly. So she's kind of sharpening her. Yeah, I get it. Okay, I get it.
And as Queen says to other actors,
how about this? She can get away with it on this. If she did that shit on Beetlejuice, they would have kicked her off the set.
Well, that's what she said.
There were no reports about that on Beetlejuice at all. There was no reports. And in Queen, yes, actors do that. Honestly, I'm not going to trash on actors trying to change things on the day. There are conversations that happen with dialogue and motivation in this scene. I'm an actor. I get that. Like, you get there and it's like, this just doesn't seem like it's working right. And that happens in the space, in the context, it happens. But we're talking about like massive ideas about what your character is. Yeah. And like on the day where it's like, we had multiple conversations about where this plot was going, and you're trying to change everything, and like I'm refusing to shoot that scene unless it happens right then.
That's the problem.
Hey, Brian, I've got a funny story. I have a funny story.
Yeah, Ronald, what's up? Get in there.
Kind of like what I was saying with the Beetlejuice and then the people on it and stuff. I did a show, and Betty White was on it, and then one of our guest stars was Cloris Leachman 1 week, and then another week we had Mary Tyler Moore. So the difference between Betty White between those two guest stars that were on was night and day. She was ordering Cloris Leachman all around, telling her this, that, you got to do this, you got to do that. When Mary came, it was like, Mary, do you want a muffin? It was just a completely different thing because of the personalities. Oh, Ed Asner was there too. So yeah, it was interesting.
For the show.
It was funny to watch her doing that.
You had the whole Mary Tyler Moore show cast on there, huh?
Yes, they did. Yes. In a period of 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That must have been fun. This guy has got so many stories, Jonathan. He gets in there. He tells me, you tell me you worked on that. We have those conversations all the time.
Cloris Leachman also doesn't wear underwear. And so the wardrobe department, when she drop her trowel, they're like, oh, God.
There it is.
Yep.
Full Monty. Ready to rock and roll.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. So, Ronald, before we go to Jonathan, what do you think, though? Do you think that you see the 6 minutes? You see Lady GaGa. She's in here. She's really into it. It makes sense for her, right?
I love the way you say that. Yes, I have.
That's my thing, Lady GaGa. Do you think this would be a big hit? So much so that even if there's like problems with Jenna Ortega, that she would come back because it's such a massive hit and that they want her to come back and keep going. I honestly think that they brought her back for a reason because it was massive and she's a talent. She's a fucking talent. I haven't heard the rumors like the first season as much as the second season. Maybe I'm in the right trajectory. But you see the first 6 minutes as a fan. Is it the right trajectory for you, for the plot, where it's going? Does that feel like Wednesday to you? Are you excited about it? Or are you fucking frustrated?
I'm really frustrated because I like the originality of the show. Originally, season 1, this is a serial killer. She's going after serial killer. It's like, what's going on? Where is this happening? Where did this come from? I mean, it's so out of left field, and I don't think it works. It's not what this show was about. This show, no, it was just. I'm very disappointed. Very. My son told me last night. He goes, "Well, just watch it." I'm like, I don't know if I can watch all of them, son.
I'm still gonna check it out, and
yes,
I like the first season.
But also, I got something to say. Shannon Doherty. She lasted 4 years on 90210, and she was very difficult. So it'll last as long as the ratings are up. She's going to leave.
Yeah.
She will walk. They're not going to get rid of her. She will walk.
And she said literally she doesn't want to keep doing
and that's why
these kind of projects. She said, like multiple times doing the same character. She said that. We've discussed that before. I think the production value is great for this. The knives and all that stuff looks like Adam Sandler. Like that's very much Adam Sandler. You know?
Everybody does a great job. I love all of that. I just I think you said it just when we were talking last night, and you're like, it's like a female Harrison.
It feels like that. But is that the whole show, or is that just a tease for the first episode?
I know, it's just
that's your showcase, you know.
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, Jonathan, I see that look on your face. Are you just a big fan of Wednesday, Addams Family?
I mean, I like the Addams Family. I saw a couple episodes of Wednesday, but it makes me think, well, if it's as difficult and as wrong as you guys are saying, it's difficult to enjoy, maybe that's why she's saying, I'm not doing this, let's rewrite this. Is that why she's acting this way?
No, it was last season.
Yeah.
First season.
And we haven't had the same kind of like feedback from the second season. Of course, they were shooting it all there. I mean, it's just wrapped up. You know, that's coming out. So there wasn't anything bad really coming from that. But maybe like Tim Burton put her in. Maybe Tim Burton said something too. You know, that could have happened.
Well, I'd like to see if she acts that way when Lady GaGa is on set.
Oh, she was praising Lady GaGa. Like Lady GaGa, I want to say it my way. I want to say it my way, Lady GaGa. And she was praising Stephanie. And there's that video that came out where Stephanie put forward the whole like Wednesday song, and she's at a table. There's like this whole table.
I watched it.
Yeah, right. It's just pretty cool. I like Lady GaGa. She's such a talent. She really is.
And that's the thing. See, that's the difference. She is a world-class performer and one of, if not the biggest star on the planet. So having her in this show is brilliant. It's a brilliant marketing move. It's a brilliant business move. She's not going to live there. She pops in. Everybody gets a lot of views. Everybody gets a lot of attention. Everybody makes a lot of money. And then she gets out of there. That's what megastars do, right?
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what she's, I mean, even Joker, she laughed Joker off about how it did so bad. She's like, whatever.
You know, I loved that movie. We talked about that already.
She's nominated for an Oscar. It's like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Jonathan, you're one of the few that actually love that movie. You know, a lot of people
really did.
Hated it really bad. I didn't. I actually kind of.
What were you drinking, Jonathan?
Probably tea or Gatorade and vodka. What's that called again?
Gator Driver.
GR water. It's called GR water. That's what I call it.
That'd be great, guys. We have
it's called Gator Driver.
Gator Driver. Official brand of cruise control, Gator Drivers. I would love that. I just think that, like, you know, Ronald and
I'll never tell you whether there's any alcohol or not.
Well, I guess to answer your question, it saddens me to see people who could be setting a great example set a really terrible example.
Yeah, she's too young to be doing this. She's way too young, and she's not seasoned enough to be acting like this. Because if she continues, she will not be working in her 30s.
She should be. She's a talent, Ronald.
She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. And I'm sorry that you're tired of doing the same role. You know what, honey? You're one of the few that's working your age.
I was going to say, tired of the same role.
Yeah.
It's like Scream here. It's a dream. It's like Scream. She refused Scream because they got rid of the director. She's like, well, that's not my people anymore, so I'm done. Yeah. And I'm like, and look what Scream's doing. I honestly think this new Scream movie is going to be better than they were doing before.
Yes. Oh, yes.
It's going to be better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Courtney.
The Cox is back, and I know Ronald's excited about it.
Yes.
You know, because Ronald loves, you know, that day.
Go.
We don't have it. We don't have it tonight.
We don't.
Do you have anything?
I don't.
Well, I'm still good. Should I still play it, Ronald, just for fun?
If you're not expecting anything from me, absolutely.
Ronald loves Cox. We got nothing for that, but
I have my own segment there, Jonathan.
Yes, I do. Yeah, he does.
Wow, speechless. Wow.
Yeah. But we love her here, Courtney Cox, friend of the show. And wait, when the spinoff comes, I can't wait. Ronald and Cox. I can't wait. It's gonna be fucking fantastic. I can't wait. We're working on that, guys. That's down the line. That's next year on Cruise
I was
Control.
rehearsing on Saturday night.
Yes. It's called Cox and Friends. We're working on names. We're working on all of it. Cox Talk. We'll figure it out.
Cox Talk. Yeah.
A Cox Conundrum. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, Jenna Ortega is back again. You can watch the first 6 minutes. They've been pulling it down everywhere. If I would have played it, actually, they would demonetize this, so I couldn't actually play it. The Lady Gaga thing came out, so I'm excited to see where this goes. I want to see her part's gonna be small. It's a cameo. It's not gonna be that big. It's more of the music promotion, and I'm excited to see where that goes. But I think at the end of the day, like Ronald said, right, Ron, you got to think about your career, your longevity, your path.
Yeah.
And you know what? At the end of the day, Jenna, I mean, you might be on fire right now. People love you. We love you here on Cruise Control. You're fantastic. You have you're a bright star that could sizzle out just like that, like a lot of people before you.
Keep your mouth shut.
Your mouth shut. Learn, grow, listen to your elders that have been in the business for a long time.
Oh my God, yes.
And make your path fucking cement in stone for the best career ever.
She's at that age where she knows everything, Brian.
It's true, GR. GR, you don't think you think she's gonna keep putting her foot in her mouth?
I think way too much. And I agree with what Ron said. 10 years from now, they'll be going, Jenna who?
Ooh, you think so? You think it's gonna be that much?
Yeah.
If she's going to do this.
If she keeps up with that attitude, I mean, she was smart enough, at least on a good movie, she kept her mouth shut and did what she was told.
Yes.
But if she gets any power, you can see it. It goes to her head.
Yeah.
And she needs it. Basically, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would say it's a collaborative effort. It always is. I always say this, GR, about the film business. We're all a cog in the wheel, right? We're all a cog in the wheel. Everybody has a purpose, a drive, and something that adds to the freaking machine. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. And when somebody gets out of work and they are out of line, they think that they are bigger than the machine, that's when there's a problem. Yep. We have to find a way to talk to each other, ease into those conversations, work through it together as a cohesive unit in order to make a great project. Because that's what it is about film. We are all part of something collaborative. Mm-hmm. Collaborative. Not one person rules them all.
She thinks she's the wheel, Brian.
Yep, that's
Absolutely.
the problem.
Yeah.
And actors like that, no thank you.
Doesn't she have a contract?
Yes,
I mean, obviously she does. Well, who's the executive producer? Who's in charge there? Because that person needs to step up and say,
"No way! It never happens, Jonathan. You know it. Come on, it's talent."
I'm not saying
bend over and let talent do what they want. She is Wednesday. Without her, there's no show.
Right, but if she causes a problem that makes it fold, she's got the money to.
It's not going to fold. She'll leave, then it'll fold. But they're going to put up with it until she doesn't want to do it anymore. That's what it's going to be.
Sure. I guess my overall point is, as an executive producer or director or somebody in charge there, I think it's at least part of your job to try, even if it's gently.
I think Brian hit it on the head. I'll bet you Tim Burton has talked to her about things. And I know she very much respects him. But at the end of the day, it's your ego.
Yep.
You know, she's like, they created this whole show for me. I am Wednesday. It's a lot to, keep humble, but you can do it.
Humble pie. We all need it.
They say the number one rule of show business, right, is it's not what you know, but who you know. I don't think that's it. I think the number one rule of showbiz is don't be a dick.
That's a good one. Know your marks and find your light.
Yep.
And don't be a dick.
And don't be a dick.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all. Control show.